Hey, good evening now, TigerNet fans. This is David Hood with TigerNet.com. Brandon Rink in the background. We just got back to the hotel room, left Everbank Stadium a few minutes ago from Clemson's 38-35 victory over Kentucky in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl. This one was exciting. Clemson fell down 21 to 10 early in the third quarter after Kentucky returned a kickoff 100 yards for a touchdown. Cade Klubnik at one point, it looked like he might have to go out of the game after he was crunched on a brutal hit. He kind of limped off the field, limped onto the sideline, went in the injury tent, got on the bicycle, then came back in and helped lead Clemson to a victory. The defense had its up and downs today. They forced four big turnovers from the Kentucky offense, but also gave up some big plays. Looked like maybe some safeties with their eyes in the wrong places, just busted coverages. So what did that all lead to? It led to a 38 to 35 win in which Clemson scored 28 points in the fourth quarter. That's a Gator Bowl record. And in fact, the teams combined for 42 points in the fourth quarter. So how did it all end up? Well, Clemson goes down and they get a field goal from Jonathan White, and they take the lead on Kentucky 30 to 28. And you're like, okay, here we go. Clemson's got a shot to win it here. Kentucky, it took them just a few plays to get right back on the scoreboard. They score. They go up 35-30 on Clemson with like 2:39 left on the clock. They kick it off. Clemson knows they've got to go. So this is how it kind of finished up on the last drive. Cade Klubnik was 8 for 8 on that drive. But what they did was they really leaned on the running game. In fact, Cade Klubnik tried to throw a pass out of bounds as he was being sacked. He was called for intentional grounding, one of two on the day. So Clemson all of a sudden had it 3rd and 18 at the 50 inside of a minute to play. And you go, what's going on here? So what does Dabo Swinney tell the people over on the sideline? He told them, he said, well, we converted 4th and 16 one time, and we won that game, so we can do that here, and we have two plays to do it. So what they do, they get 16 yards to Antonio Williams, and this is where Senator Will Putnam told me that they really began to feel like they were wearing Kentucky down because 4th and 2, I think at the 39, you're wondering, will Clemson trying to dump it off somewhere, throw a short pass? Do you trust the offensive line to help a running back get a few yards? But Dabo Swinney said, we're going to run it, and that's exactly what they did. Filmoffa gained 5 yards. So next thing you know, there's a 15-yard pass and an 11-yard pass. They get it to Antonio Williams and then Jake Brenningstool. That takes it down to the Kentucky 3. And as soon as Brenningstool was called down at the 3-yard line, we saw Dabo Swinney walking down the sideline, calling timeout. So when he brought him over there, 21 seconds left on the clock. No more timeouts. Are you going to throw it here? That's what we were discussing in the press box. I'm like, yeah, I think you throw it here because if you get caught in a run, then you're scrambling to get back to the line of scrimmage if you don't make it, maybe with 5 or 6 seconds left. But Dabo Swinney once again said on the sideline, we're going to run it right here. We're going to get behind our offensive line and we're going to punch this into the end zone. And that's exactly what the offensive line and Phil Maffa did. Phil Maffa, 4 touchdowns on the day. He's the Gator Bowl MVP for Clemson. And Clemson, still 17 seconds left. Kentucky gets the ball, but an interception by Shelton Lewis, the rookie cornerback, that seals the deal in a wild one. Clemson 28 fourth quarter points, a lot of turnovers, unbelievable. The touchdowns there late. Jonathan Weiss, the field goals. Jonathan White's told me that he's been paying for an apartment in New York City since September. I think the rent's probably a little over $2,000 a month, and he had to sell his truck to make rent. But now that this dream is over, now he's going to go pursue his other dream. He'll be moving to New York City next week. So Clemson takes some positive momentum into the offseason. Maybe Cade Klubnik grew up some there on that last drive. Phil Moffitt certainly proven his worth. All in all, Clemson gets their ninth win of the season. We beat Kentucky 38-35 in a thriller. And the next time we come to you with this type of video will be after the opener against Georgia next season. This is David Hood, Brandon Rink with TigerNet signing off.